Welcome to Unfiltered Hummingbird. I am your host, Camellia. Hey, we're going to unpack some questions, interview some guests, have a little fun together. Come on, let's get to it. Seasons change. We're talking about encouraging one another, encouraging other women, like-minded individuals on our journey through life, through these seasons that do change, right? So it's summer where I am, and summer to me means it's time to prune, it's time to pull up anything that's dead, and it's time to revitalize that life in the yard, right? So with seasons that do change, I think one thing I want to bring to your mind is that we can't stop them. You cannot stop the seasons from changing. Now we can escape when it's winter in our place where we live. We can definitely escape and go to the Caribbean where it's warm. You can definitely do that. But it did not stop the seasons from changing. Seasons will still change. And we have to accept those seasons that do change in our life. So while we're talking about this, I want to bring up that you cannot bring the past seasons that are behind you in front of you to your current season. You got to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And sometimes this is easier said than done. I know. But keep the past seasons behind you because you have a lot of future seasons coming and they do not look the same. So while you're in these different seasons that change, you have to keep moving forward. You have to pick and prune up the dead leaves, pick up dead shrubs that might have died during the winter months or the extreme heat, but you have to move that soil around and put in some new soil, new dirt around it to revitalize the atmosphere and the dirt around these new plants and new shrubs. We had a really hard winter here, and then a hard summer. So within that hard winter, we lost about 8 shrubs, and I lost 2 palm trees and some other plants that were so beautiful. When they bloomed, they were so beautiful, just green, lush, beautiful. And then that hard winter came, that hard summer came. And now I'm in a season where I have to replant all of those shrubs that I lost and pick up some new plants and replace the ones that have died because of the extreme winter and extreme heat that it went through that we had where I live. So I couldn't stop it. There could have been some things. I'm gonna give you some steps in a minute, but there's some things that I could have done proactively that probably could have saved it, but I didn't. I lost 8 shrubs and plants. But now that it's summer again, I get an opportunity. Yes, I said the word opportunity to replant, buy resources. Gonna buy some more shrubs and some more plants. And let me tell you the lesson I learned. The lesson is that remember I talked about some steps. There was a lot of opportunities. There were several opportunities that I had that I could have paid attention, been more aware about the signs. The news is coming on. You always get the weather forecast that tells you what's going to happen. I could have been more proactive. And when it was going to be that hard winter, I could have covered those shrubs to save them. I could have brought some of the plants that I lost. I could have brought those inside. I could have done that, but I didn't. I was lazy. So the knowledge of knowing that these seasons change made me to where, one, I appreciate each season now. Now I am more prepared. I stopped trying to be lazy. I make myself. I stop procrastinating. Stop being lazy. I don't procrastinate. When I know that there's going to be a hard winter now that I've learned, I'm going to go cover those shrubs. I spent all that money for to beautify my yard, and I'm going to bring those plants inside. And another thing, the third thing was new beginnings are not bad. They're not bad. Sometimes you don't like to start something new because it's uncomfortable. And like I said on other times, we have to live our life being in this uncomfortable state because life is uncomfortable. It's not going to be the same all the time. It should not be, because when it's not the same, that implies growth. That means you're growing, you're learning, you're doing something different. You're learning from past mistakes. Now, the impact of just a simple statement of recognizing that seasons change, the impact that it will have on your life is what it's made me realize is that, life is short. short. Life is short, and we have to enjoy every moment. And we have to make memories and laugh often. I think about how my yard looked when I had these big green shrubs in the front yard, these beautiful palm trees in the backyard, and these other shrubs in the backyard that lined my house. I mean, it was so beautiful. It was like an oasis to me, y'all. I would just sit back and just relax. And we all have to have that space. So even if you're not an outdoorsy person, whatever that space is, right? If you love plants and you love them inside and you have a special room where you sit in and you have this beautiful plant that's just growing lush and beautiful, then you just want to sit in it, right? And enjoy that moment, because to me, that's more relaxing. We need that relaxation. We need time to detox and have that moment where we make our minds just stop, reducing the cloudiness, reducing the chaos, reducing the noise, and you just sit with this contentment of who you are and where you are in life. And you're not going to always be in the space that you want to be in. And that is okay, because you're not going to always be where you are. Life is an evolution of movement. We are supposed to be moving towards, the goal and the purpose, and knowing what your purpose is, but also taking time to realize that we have this one time to live this life, just this one time. So we have to take advantage of the one time that we have to live this life, to do the thing that we're afraid of doing, to do the things that we said we wanted to do, the things that you've written in your journal, the things that you said you wanted to do, the things you promised you said you would do, or the things that you promised somebody else that you would do. Now is the time to do that. Now, today. My mother-in-law used to say when I would ask her during some conversation, I'll say, well, Mom, what you cooking? What you cooking today? And she would say, oh, I might cook me some, fry me some chicken, or I might make me some gumbo. I'm just not sure. I might do the gumbo tomorrow. And then she would stop in the middle of her sentence and she said, no, you know what? No, I have today. I think I'm going to make that gumbo today. So as I was listening to her, I was realizing, I was watching her make this transition of like, no, I have today. I don't know what tomorrow brings. And we don't know what the next second will bring. So because we have this moment, this second, this is the opportunity that we have to make that choice and to do whatever that thing is. What is that thing that you've been holding off doing? What is that thing that you said, oh, I'm going to do it next year, or I'm going to do it next week? Come on, life's too short. We got to be intentional, be ready to do the things that we want to do now, because what? Like I've been talking about, seasons do change, and you don't want to get caught up in missing the season that you have to do something. So tell me, do you know what season you're in? Are you in summer, like I'm in summer? Are you in winter, spring, fall? What season are you in? Are you making the most of that season? I encourage you to make the most of whatever season that you are in. Make the most of it, because life is too short. Let's make it worth it.
All right, that's all we have for today. Join me next time on Unfiltered Hummingbird. I am your host, Camellia. Until then, have a blessed day.